bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. Tonight I'd like to begin my teaching by reading something that appeared in our local newspaper recently. And it has some interesting points of Dharma in it. It's entitled Collision. This is the transcript of a radio conversation between a US naval ship and Canadian authorities off the coast of Newfoundland. The radio conversation was released by the Chief of Naval Operations. The Americans: please divert your course 15 degrees to the north to avoid a collision. Canadians: recommend you divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid a collision. Americans: this is the captain of a US Navy ship. I say again, divert your course. Canadians: no, I say again, you divert your course. Americans: this is the aircraft carrier USS Lincoln, the second largest ship in the United States Atlantic Fleet. We were accompanied by 3 destroyers, 3 cruisers, and numerous support vessels. I demand that you change your course 15 degrees north, that's 15 degrees to north, or countermeasures will be taken to ensure the safety of this ship. Canadians: this is a lighthouse, your call. This is a very good illustration of some of the difficulties that we can encounter when we have wrong understandings. And this story particularly relates to the teaching the Buddha gave about the way the mind works, particularly around perception, thought, and view. And perception in the mind is that aspect of the mind that interprets the sense contacts that we have and makes sense of them. What we receive as hearing, what we receive as smelling, and all of the different senses. The mind has to interpret what it is that we've received, and it interprets that on the basis of previous experience and past knowledge. And very often the mind makes a guess at what this is. Not directly the object itself, but what it seems to be like based on previous experience with that kind of object. So in this story, the perception of the blip on the radar screen, or however it is these days with electronics, that information is received about what is in the environment. The perception of that, the interpretation of it by the American vessel, was that it was indicating a ship. That was the perception. And perception then gives rise to thought. This is the aspect of the mind, sankhara, which reacts to the kind of input that we've had. Once we've made a sense of what it is, an interpretation of what it is that we've come in contact with, then we think about, react to that thing. And in this case, because this blip was interpreted as a ship, the thought was, this is in our way. If we keep on this course, we're going to collide. That was one reaction. Then the next reaction was that this thing should get out of our way, based on the view. This is the next aspect that feeds our reactions, our behaviours. How we interpret things and how we think about them is supported by our bigger, wider view of where that fits into our idea of the world, our place in the world, and the object's place in the world. So the view of the commander of the American ship was that this thing is in